Great. Thank you, Kimani. At least after 4 years, we shall not be able to be doing something that we've been longing for a while. So we honored to have you on board as well. We can have Leonard Audi.
Thank you very much. My name is Leonard Audi. I'm an economist by profession, but I work as a researcher in the retirement benefits industry, that is with the Retirement Benefits Authority of Kenya. And currently, I deal with a lot of data, and I'm interested in specifically in how I can do data visualization, and also how to do predictive analytics and analysis, because my interest is on behavioral economics, and for you to predict the behavior of people, then you have to do a lot of modeling with the historical data, and then looking into the future also through focusing. So thank you very much, and I'm happy to join.
You might flip. You'd puedo you second stuff. Super.
Alice, you lost you.
Alice has just lost power and it cut her off. Okay. But we can just proceed with the introductions. Who's coming in next?
He was probably following a script. Yep.
I'll go next. My name's Tom Mugara. I work with African Queen, #1 business. I just joined them a month ago as a sales data analyst. Data science is not new to me. I've done a 6 months course on it before in 2017 in India. What am I looking out for in the current role? I want to be able to predict if we can be able to lend our customers. So basically, probability of default. So you can predict if somebody is going to not pay you or not, or we will pay you. And secondly, predict also things like possible sales in the future for particular customers. That's me. So, thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. We're glad to have you on board. I'm sure now that you have some background info in data science, you'll be able to hold the hands of your colleagues and just help them finish this journey well.
This is a real, what is it called? A retake, basically. So I think some things I will definitely remember. Others will be like new to me. It is a few years later. So
yeah,
sure. Probably, yes, I should be able to help.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Yeah, next, who'll come in next?
My name is Victor Wachuli. In for knowledge. Basically, I work in the agribusiness sector. I do my own work, and I'm here to gain more knowledge on how I can use data to expand my business venture. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Victor. With time, you'll get to know there's a lot of application for the data science course. It cuts across so many fields, and you have done a right choice, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the sessions and come out with more ideas on how you're going to do your other things even more.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Who comes in next? Can see Clayton.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, it's Esther and Naomi. Okay, Esther and Naomi. Who's coming in next?
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Yeah, my name is Alicia. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Alicia.
Can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Alicia Gaita. I'm in Kilifi. I've been in community development and business, currently in business. So I had the two together, but right now I'm concentrating business. And when I had the name monitoring and evaluation, it had so much to do with data. And now that I'm in business, I also want to know how I can use it to make other people get to know what data analysis is.
Okay, thank you, Alicia, for joining us from Kilifi. Yeah, and there are many applications of data science to the business field. I'm sure you'll be able to learn how you're able to predict the next customer to visit your shop.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and that will be very beneficial to you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, who's coming in?
Morning, everyone. My name is David Mwangi. I'm in the banking industry. I deal with the data, but primarily currently I use mostly SQL and PLSQL. So I thought this will augment my ability to handle data and make it more productive. That is why I am here. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, you're much welcome, David. Indeed, we'll help you make sense out of data, and that's why we are here. We have several guys in the banking industry, and I can assure you they've come out better than they came in, and you'll have a nice sessions ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next, who's coming in? Colin?
Hello? Yes, hi.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Colin Davies, and I'm in the entertainment and marketing industry. And for the longest time, I've been actually in augmented reality, virtual reality, and video games. So felt like data science is a logical step forward in this in the field, because not only to remain competitive, but to make informed decisions about implementations that we'd like to do in our technology, because we've been using a sort of, let's say, rudimentary approach to how we analyze and crunch our data. So we're looking to have a more educated approach to it.
Okay, thank you, Colin. By the way, you can use Python to create games. I know that, like the course that we have, the programming for kids course, they're able to make games using Python programming language. So I'm sure you'll really benefit from this program.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Have we left anyone out?
Hi.
Hi, Stacey.
My name is Stacey Candy. I am a statistics graduate, and I'm here to gain knowledge and also enhance my skills in data science.
Okay, you're much welcome, Stacey. You'll gain more knowledge in data science that will make you even to be more competitive in the job market. And you might land even a job as a data scientist very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, next.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Clinton.
My name is Clinton. Currently, I do some as a
Clinton, you're a bit faint.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm saying my name is Clinton Ogada. Currently, I do computer maintenance and repair. A friend of mine introduced me to this course. My expectation is that I'll be able to gain knowledge, and also through data science, I'll be able to help my customer be able to know which computers that can be reliable for them when they want to buy. Thank you.
Okay, you're much welcome, Clinton. I'm sure your needs will be met, and you'll come out a better person than you joined.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other person on board that will not introduce themselves?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Fred.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Frederick Omondi. I'm coming in from Kisumu, though I majorly stay in Nairobi. I'm an engineer by profession. I studied electrical engineering, but I've practiced in telecommunication for a long time. My passion is getting towards project management in that field, and I want to make decisions as a manager based on data, because data makes sense to decision making, especially in management. I'm looking forward to practical study sessions, real life situations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fred. Indeed, our lessons are very, very practical, and I'm sure you'll get real life cases that will help you now, even as you want to use the data science to manage those ones below you in the organization. And even the telecom industry, there's a lot of application of data science to that. And I'm sure you learn quite a lot. Thank you for joining us. Thomas?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Sorry, no, my kid touched the phone. Sorry.
It's okay. Maybe any other person as Thomas tries to settle? I think we're all covered, and we're glad to have you all meeting guys from different professions, from different parts of the country, different parts of the continent. And it's a good thing. They say the COVID came in with its own benefits. And if at all COVID didn't come, maybe we could have still doing our classes face-to-face, which could have limited a lot of you guys. But thank you. We have the virtual platform, and now we can interact with all of you. Maybe Alice, You can come in.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I think I lost power, but they are back. So I think we now at least have met each other, participants for our cohort 21. Also, at least we are now sure and able to know what you are expecting during the course. And so now I'm not sure whether Timothy will have a brief before I do the course breakdown.
Alice, I'll do the brief. I'll do the brief at the end, so you can proceed.
All right. Okay, cool. So now I would like to confirm that you guys got 2 emails from us, one from exam portal and also another one from 4IR. So those are just the platform that you shall be interacting with during the course and the ones that shall be helping you be able to refer to some of the content that you shall be sharing. So in the meantime, as you confirm, I'll be sharing with you the breakdown of what you expect. Yes. Yeah, so like we've already mentioned before, so this is basically the data science level 1 that you shall be going through. We also have various levels. We have intermediate, we have advanced, and we also usually have some masterclass programs. But for you, we shall be beginning from data science level 1, as we also move up according to, in regards to your interest as well. So I'm just going to take you through this one. And maybe before I begin, I would like to say that the class will be fully virtual. It will be happening live every Saturday from 9 to 1. That's when we shall be having our session. So it's a kind request that at least you put aside that time, at least for the next 12 weeks. That's basically from 9 to 1. And then during the week, we shall be having engagement, because that's why we have the exam portal. So after every session, we shall be sharing at least a quiz. We usually call them like a quiz that shall be helping you be able to practice what we learned on maybe the previous session. So that's the timeline of the course, the Saturday. And then after that, we shall also be sharing a recording of every session. And also we shall be sharing content that shall help you improve on what you are already taught. So basically, let me take you through the concepts. So at the level 1, we shall be covering 3 major concepts. We shall be covering data analysis, we shall be covering data visualization, and we shall finalize with machine learning. So that's the content that we shall be covering in a nutshell. And then now let me show you how we've already broken it down. So like we have said, this is data science course. Usually you can be able to use various platforms, softwares for data science. But for us at Predictive Analytics, we chose Python. So Python is just a programming language, or rather the tool that will be helping you be able to perform all those tasks that you're looking forward to do. Could be data analysis, visualization, or even those who are looking forward to be doing a bit of prediction. So that's why we usually start with the introduction to Python. So that's what we'll be covering the first session. So we'll be able to introduce to Python and its libraries. Libraries are those software that will now be able to help you be able to now carry out those various now content that's covered in the data analysis, because Python now has various libraries that will be able to help you perform each and every specific concept. So once we're done with the introduction to Python, we also have a brief introduction to data science. This is basically the data science life cycle. This is basically the theory part of it. And then also you shall be able to also get to know a lot of various application of data science in your specific industries, because I can see we're coming from various industries, banking, research, sales, and even entertainment. So at least you shall be able to relate how you can be able to apply more of data science in your industry. So after we're done with that, we shall now come down to the specific tool, the libraries that I've said that are in Python, starting with Numpy and Pandas. So basically, this is what you shall be covering with. You shall be covering the first month of data analysis. So Numpy, it's basically the numerical Python, because in data science you also have to at least be able to we're expecting you to be able to be interacting with a lot of maybe numerical data sets. And now you shall be able to know how you can be able to merge that using Python. So this is what you shall be covering with. So you'll be able to understand what is Numpy, how you can be able to do a bit of analysis with it, and also how you can be able to analyze different arrays that are there in maybe the data set that you're using. So after we're done with Numpy, we now get to Pandas. So Pandas, this is where we now get started with the real analysis, because we shall be able to now import our various data sets that we shall be using for our training, because we usually do it practical. So once we choose the data set that we shall be using as a group, so this way shall be starting with data analysis. So Pandas, it's a tool that can help you be able to import data set from various silos, maybe from Excel, CSV, or rather could be Excel or any other database that your data set is sitting, maybe for you as an organization or you as a person maybe doing a very a specific project. So Pandas, it's where you shall start with real data analysis, and also we'll be able to do a lot of data cleaning. Of course, that's what takes 60% of a data scientist. Usually take more time on data cleaning. So you'll be able to at least be able to understand Pandas very well to help you perform that. So once you're done with the cleaning, you can also be able to do a lot of merging. You can also be able to do a lot of data manipulation, of course, according to the objective of the solution that you're trying to have for yourself or rather for your project. So basically, that's what you shall be covering the very first month in a nutshell. And then from there, now we get to the second month. So second month, it's basically a purely data visualization. And also, like I've heard one of us saying, they're looking forward to do a lot of data visualization. So at least now at this point, we expect that you can be able to do a good data analysis. You can be able to do a lot of data cleaning. And now you want to visualize your data set, at least to see what you've got for yourself. So Python has various libraries that help you perform all those tasks. So we shall be able to at least help you be able to understand various libraries, so that in future, anytime you want to do a project, you can be able to know which library that you'll choose for a specific data set or project. So that's why we have a whole month to take you through data visualization using the first one, we call it Matplotlib. The second one, we call it Seaborn, and also we have Plotly. So that's basically what we shall be using for data visualization. So this is to help you first do you can be able to at least do the reporting. You can also be able to make a lot of insight at this point, at least because you can be able to tell what your data is trying to communicate now in form of a visual, because sometimes it's hard to tell what your data is trying to communicate, maybe when it's more of numerical seated somewhere like in Excel sheet. So basically, this will be very interesting. Yeah, you shall also be able to build a lot of interactive visualization and charts. And also at this point, we usually start with helping you build a project, because at the end of the 3 months, we expect you to at least be able to present to the management the project that you've been able to do, and also even for your own benefit, because nowadays, at least you have to show to the world why you did the course, and also maybe what you're able to come up with at the end of the program. So we help you build the project, and also we shall also be able to introduce you to various platforms where you have to also create what you call digital presence. So once we're done with the project, we shall guide you on how you can be able to upload that project to various platforms. One of which we call it Kaggle. I'm sure those who are already in the field, they know it. So that's where you shall be able to build your. And then basically that's the 3rd month. And also we come now to the, also at that point, we also introduce you to another software that is not Python based, but we call it Power BI. I'm sure maybe most of you guys know it. So this is where we have at least less of code, but you can also be able to do good visualization and also reporting of maybe a project that you have, maybe that is not having a lot of big data. So we shall also be able to introduce you to that in the course of the second month of our data visualization. And then from there now we get to our last month, which is machine learning. So this is where now we differentiate a data analyst and a data scientist, because at least for you as a data scientist, you are expected to at least do a prediction, or even to try and study the trends of a company, or maybe of a project that you're trying to do. So that's why we, of course, introduce machine learning. So this shall be able to take you through an end-to-end of what is a machine learning. You have a deep understanding of what it is, how you can be able to apply the same to different industries, and how you can also be able to build at least some of the basics machine learning models, or rather what you call predictive models. So this is where we start with introduction to machine learning. You have an understanding, and then now we also at least build a few of machine learning models using the basic concept of like scikit-learn. We also have linear and logistic regression. These are the basics. These are the basic concepts that you need for you to be able to build a machine learning model. And also we have the last one, we call it k-mean clustering. We also have random forest and decision tree. So don't worry about the names, might sound maybe so new to you, but we shall be able to explain this to you as we get along, and also you'll be able to understand this very well. So in a nutshell, that now will be the end of our 12 weeks course, and that's the curriculum. So maybe you guys can have, maybe at the chat, you can maybe drop something that you feel maybe you're not covering that you'd wish to learn, or maybe you have a question in regards to the course outline as I take you through the platforms. So like I said, during the session, we shall be assigning you a quiz. So this one we usually encourage you guys, because this is a technical course. You also have at least to have a passion. You also at least have to set aside some time during the weekday, once you're done with the class, so that at least you can have an hour or two to be doing the practice. So that's why we have the exam portal. So you can also be confirming again whether you have that activation ready. Because if not, you can say, and then we can do the activation for you. And then, like I said, we also have a platform. We can also be able to show you the same. So this is what we call a fourth industrial revolution platform. So this platform also has other course content, because in the fourth industrial revolution, you don't only have the data science, but I'm sure you have also heard of other technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, quantum computation, and also others. So at least in this platform, because for you as our trainees, we shall be giving you access to this platform for free. And also maybe now because you are part of us, but if you have a friend who is interested, we usually have it a subscription a month, per year, according to what you feel can work out for you. So in this platform, you shall be able to get a lot of resources. Most of them are the books. So like you can see, for example, you have this Python data science handbook. So this one, it's a book that you can be able to download there and even have a look, and even maybe go through a few topics that you feel like to familiarize yourself with. We also have another one we call Introduction to Data Science. So basically this is what we introduce, we encourage you to go through as a beginner. And then as we get along, we shall be able to be guiding you what you need to learn according to where we are in our journey. So also confirm that you have that platform ready. If not, kindly let us know so that we can do the activation for you. Yes, so this basically a schedule that you have made it simple for you, but we shall also be able to be sharing with you in the course of the program what you need to learn after every session to make sure that we are on page. Because if you feel at any time that you need maybe a makeup, you didn't understand a concept well, we can talk to one of our team, and then we can organize maybe a makeup for you, because we really care. And also at least we don't usually like to feel like we've left anyone behind. Yes, and then lastly, so I'm sure you will have also this course handbook. You can be able to look at it later. And then now we have other platforms which are not very main, but they're also part of our resources that we would like to share with you. First of them, there is lab.predictive. So this basically another platform that we have resources. And also we have now a guidance on where and how you can be able to sign up to those different platforms that I've said you shall be using, and also to build your digital presence. So I'll take you through that as well. For your confirm that you have it, exam as well. And then we usually also have a blog site. So in the course of the program, and also like we already shared some few articles in our WhatsApp group. So you can also be sure that you can keep on checking on this blog site. We have a lot of articles, which has a lot of information in regards to data science and big data in large. We also have Kaggle. So maybe I can start with lab. Yeah. Maybe you had shared the handbook to them.
Yeah. Kindly confirm if there's anyone who has not received the course handbook.
Yeah. So if you have that, maybe you can open the lab. And if maybe you're not using a PC or even a phone, I'll just show you how you'll be able to create an account. And then you can follow that later. So the first link, like I've clicked here, it's lab.predictive analytics. So just come, this the landing page, and then here at the top you can be able to see home, contact, register, and sign in. So for you, you'll come here and register. So for me, I think I don't need to register because I already have the account. So basically to just ask you for your name, last name, email address, and then you set a password for yourself. And then from there now you can sign in. Just a minute. Just a minute, I pull it over.
I've shared the link on the chat.
Yeah. Yes, in case maybe you're not able to access the email, you can use that link to try and do the registration. If not now, you can do it later, no problem. So this is now the landing page of the lab.predictive. So you can be able to see we have various courses. So we have statistics, we have Python, and we have data engineering. So as our course, like I've said, we shall be majoring with Python for now. And so you should come here and click Python and get more of that. And then now you can be able to see we have a module overview. Module overview, it's basically what I've just taken you through. So you can come here again and you go it through it in details. So you can see we have introduction to Python. You can be able to see what it entails here. You can just come and do that later in your own time. We have week 2, where I've explained everything. So just come here later and find out more about the course outline. It has everything from week 1 to week 12. So let me go to the next thing. So we have resources. This is where I wanted to show you. So once we come under resources, we shall be able to see build your profile. So this is very, very critical at this point because you're beginning your data science career, and we don't wish to at least have you walk this journey alone. That's why we have building your personal branding. So this point shall help you be able to build your community, build your presence, and also be able to at least keep yourself abreast of everything that's happening in data science. So first of all, we have the LinkedIn platform. Maybe I can assume maybe almost all of us have a LinkedIn account. If not, you can just create one. And then once you create, the first thing we encourage you to do is to update at your LinkedIn profile that you're taking a course with predictive analytics, because it will help you be able to, at least it will make your profile more attractive. And also you shall be able to be getting so much updates on the same. So just go there, update that you're taking data science level 1 with predictive analytics there. You shall be able to see our log, and then you just click on it. Secondly, you can kindly follow our founder, Timothy Ojedo. He usually have a lot of information sharing through his LinkedIn platform. Could be job opportunities, free events, webinars, and every information that's relating the big data. So just go there and follow. So you can just follow using the link here, if maybe you're not following him at the moment. From there, we have another platform we call GitHub. So GitHub is a code repository. So you can just come and click the account. Once you click, to take you directly to the platform, and it's free. So just come here and sign up just with your email and maybe a password. From there, we have Kaggle. So basically, this is what I was talking about. So this is the core for data scientists. So also kindly come and click the link here. It will take you directly to a Kaggle account. Also come and create an account here, because this is what we shall be using at the end of the program. And also, this way we shall be uploading our project. This is just a beginning, and also maybe we also have also other happenings, other things happening in Kaggle, not only to upload the project, but we also have competitions. You also have DataSet. Maybe you're doing a project and you'd wish to maybe have a different dataset. So you can come here and search any kind of data that you'd wish to do or rather interact with. You also have codes. So anytime maybe you're doing a project, you start somewhere, you can come and refer to, you can come and search different codes that have been already done by different data scientists out there in the world. We also have a partnership with Kaggle, and we also have various events happening here and there. We also have a discussion forum here, and courses, and more of others. So this is just to help you be able to at least keep yourself in front in the field of data science. So we also have another platform we call Data Science Central. So yeah, this is another one that has a lot of stories around data science. So you can also come here and sign up. You can see we have topics, you can also be able to get jobs, different jobs in Data Science Central, or rather you can be able to see how your job is relating with data science. So just come here and create an account with it as well. Yes, so we also have another one we call KD Nuggets. So this is another platform that has a lot of interesting information in form of tutorials, stories in fourth industrial revolution happening. So you can see we have a lot of them in data science, big data, machine learning, AI. So we have a lot of interesting things here as well. So kindly come here and also build your profile there. And I'm sure you'll be able to enjoy the content that's revolving around that, the area. We also have another one called Medium. So Medium, I think it's purely for articles. So like I've said, you also have to keep yourself, you have to keep learning very much, of course, at your own time. So you have various articles here you can come and search. Also, maybe if you have an interest in writing, you can also start writing your own, maybe a journey in data science, how you started, how you going, and maybe how you would wish it to be. So if you have a story that you would also like to share, you can also come and share it there. Yes, we also have Slack. I think Slack, we don't use it most of the moment. And then we have Anaconda. So Anaconda, lastly, this one will be able to take you through also in the course handbook. So this is what we shall be using during the program. Like I said, we shall be using Python. So Anaconda, it's basically the Python Anaconda that we shall be using during the course. So kindly, this is very important. Be sure to sign up to all those platforms. We shall check on that during the first session of on Saturday. I mean. Also, you can come to the second page. We have influential people to follow. So this is also on different platforms. We have those guys who maybe are in this field for long, maybe 10 years and above. So you can just come and follow them and of course, get to know more about how they started their journey, how they are, and also more, of course, on data science. So we have those guys on LinkedIn, others are on Twitter. You can see others are on those platforms that I've just told you to sign up on, Data Science Central, KD Nuggets, and so forth. So kindly do so. We also have more resources, although this one is also at the 4IR Club at the moment. Here it's in form of maybe that already are compiled for use Predictive. So you can come here and download some of them. Also more and more articles as well. So we also have coaching sessions. So like I said, we have various short programs that we call coaching session and also master classes. So this one will help you be able to see what we have and what we usually do on those classes. So I'm not going to go deep on that because of time, but this is there. You can be able to interact with it anytime. Lastly, we have master classes. So this I've already mentioned about it. So like you have different guys on various industries. So those ones who are in banking, in supply chain, in marketing, we shall be having master classes in maybe even in the course of our program or maybe after you're done. So once we have those who shall be sharing with you, this is basically takes like 1 week. And then if you wish to join, then you can also be able to join us. So you can also be able to come here and download and see the content of what we usually cover on different master classes. Lastly, we have documentaries. So I think this is more of what I've said, it's on KD Nuggets. So this is documentary that will be able to help you relate some of the application of data science in the real world. You can be able to see, like we have a documentary on Netflix, so you can be able to see how they actually apply data science and that. We also have AlphaGo. Maybe some of you have already heard the story of AlphaGo. So you can be able to see how maybe in industries like Netflix, YouTube, how they usually apply data science and those recommendation engine to, of course, monetize and also improve on the operations as well. So this is basically for those who usually wish to at least relate to some of the things using a video. So you can come here and watch anytime, maybe on a weekend, or maybe anytime that you are free as well. Yes, so that is the lab platform. So kindly be able to register that and go through the courses and resources platform. Yes, so we have what next? Sorry. Yeah, so let me take you through the 4IR.
Hi, Alice, maybe I can help with the 4IR.
Oh yeah, sure. Can.
Yeah. I don't know whether we received the email from 4IR.
I got it.
You got it? Okay, awesome. In case there's anyone who didn't receive, you can just drop your email in the chat. But I created for everyone in the class. So maybe you can counter check in case you didn't receive yours. You can just send me maybe a message in WhatsApp. Then I'll work on that. So basically, this is the 4IR. It's like our library, whereby we keep books, journals, case studies, KPIs, documentaries, glossary, and so on. So of course, you know, when you're in school, you need to visit a library, at least to do some references, because whatever the trainer teaches in class is not enough for you. You need to work on your own and refer to other sources that have been written by other data scientists. So that's why we came up with this platform, so that it can enable you to just improve on your knowledge on data science. So once you log in here, we have documentaries. That's what Alice has mentioned in the lab platform, but this one is much better. You can be able even to see a summary of what is in the documentary. So each documentary that you've uploaded, there's a summary there. So you can read. If you're okay with it, then you can go ahead and watch. We also have even some projects that have been done by our previous students. We've uploaded them here. So when you're working on your project, I think we didn't mention, towards the end of the course, you'll work on a project. So we usually upload videos of the projects here, so that once you're working on yours, you have somewhere to refer to. So always come to the documentaries and check. There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot for you here. During your free time, you can just come and check. And also for the resources, these are now the book and the journals and the KPIs. So these are just real books. Like a book is more than maybe 200 pages. So once you open, you just move to where you think is good for you, because you can't read the whole book from the first page to the last one. So the books have table of contents. Just go through them and see what is relevant to you. So there's so many books here. And these books are latest. There's nothing for 90s. No, everything in this platform is for 2000. I think from 2015 to 20, even have our books for 2021. So be sure to visit the site and just get some knowledge. All the books that we mentioned in the guide, they're here, but then there are some that we've not mentioned in the course handbook, but they're here. So be sure to always visit this site and just interact with the platform. Like this ones, you're able to download and maybe read later. And there are others that there are links that will lead you now to the site where the books are. It's quite a lot. And we keep on uploading every day. Once we come across something that is relevant, we usually upload it to the content. So don't feel like this is something outdated. No, even there's something that we've just uploaded today. So it's something that is up to date. If you want to learn about the shortcuts for data scientists, you can as well find them here. So on. Once you have time, kindly come and interact with the platform. We also have KPIs. We have guys here from sales. We have guys from finance. So be sure to come and just interact with the page. And also we have the glossary. This being a new course to most of you, you're bound to come across very new terms that are very confusing. So we have sorted you out. You don't have to go to Wikipedia to search for terms. Just come here. You'll get definition of all the terms that you need. If you want definition of terms in Python, they're here, and so much and so on. What you have to do is just to type here. The same way you search for content in Google, just type here and you'll be able to see whatever you want. So that's it for the 4IR. So any question for the platform? Because you are supposed to interact with this platform a lot. Any question? Okay, I believe we are good for now.
Not a question, but just a comment.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Maybe questions will come when we've done the interactions.
Okay.
Yeah. To me, that's what I feel.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But make good use of it. It has a lot of good content.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now we also have a exams platform. I also sent you email with the exams. Once you activate your password, it will lead you to this page. So like this one is just created mine right now so that I can show you what you're supposed to do. So once we assign you an exam, when you go to this platform, you'll be able to see your exams here. But like for me now, I've not assigned myself any exams, so you won't see an exam here. But if an exam is assigned to you, we'll notify you about it. And once you come here, you'll be able to see your exam. And each exam is, there's a duration you're supposed to work on it. So if that time lapses, you won't be able to work on that exam again. And the marking is done automatic. So you'll get your results immediately you're done attempting the quiz. So it will send you an email with the results, and you can as well view it on the platform. The results are here. You can just come in and check your results. So we encourage you to attempt these quizzes because this is what helps you to improve in your skills, because they are practical quizzes. And if you do more practice, you become perfect. So let's make good use of this platform. If you are done and you want to get your transcript, we can always print and send it to you so that you stay with their results. And then lastly, we have the blog. This is our official website. When you go there, you just come to blog. And usually write articles and post them here on different fields. Some will remind you to read and attempt quizzes, but some just read for your own. We will not be reminding you maybe to come here and read. We also have a book here that's been written by our CEO that is undergoing publishing. And once it's out, you'll be able to read it, but it's a very, very good book. So these are some of the articles that we've written. Basically, they're on big data, AI and machine learning, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and so on. So during your free time, just come interact with the page and read a lot of content here. If you're in HR, we have stuff for HR. If you want something in general data science, they're here. If you want something on marketing, like guys who are doing business, there are several participants who say they're doing business. I think this one can be good for you. There are books that will advise you to read on data science. This one will give you an idea on how now to interact with the Python, now that that's the language that we'll be using, and so much more. So we have you sorted. As you can see, we have a lot of sites for you. We have a lot of books, a lot of articles, a lot of documentaries. So it's up to you to just create time and revise this. That's why we only have classes on Saturday, so that you have a whole week of now interacting with a platform and improving your knowledge on data science. Any question? I think we are good up to now. We're okay. But in case you have any question, always reach out and be able to answer you. And then maybe lastly, I didn't mention, we also have a YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. We usually record all our sessions and upload it to a private channel. Like you can see, this one is live right now. So we'll be able to share with you after the session, such that in case you didn't understand anything, you can just sit down and listen once more. In case you don't understand any concept in class, after the session, we usually share and you can sit down and go through. I know there are some in this cohort who work on Saturdays. So you can just sit down, watch the video once we've shared. And in case there are areas that you don't understand, you can always reach out to the trainer and they'll be able to clarify. Daniel, you have a question?
Okay, thank you, Mary.
Yes.
For the overview.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Python.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not actually good at programming. How deep is this Python? Because and how is it going to tap into the data analytics? Because okay, I'm speaking candidly because I'm not very good at programming, and programming has never been my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I expected maybe like somewhere something like real hands-on analytics.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see a lot of Python here, I'm scared.
Okay, at this point I bring in Dennis Kevogo. Dennis, he'll be able to answer those quizzes for you. Dennis, I can see you're in.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure meeting all of you. I can see Audi. That name is what struck me. Audi is one of the guys I like a lot. It's okay. It's a pleasure meeting you. My name is Dennis, and I'll be with you, of course, across the journey, but majorly for the intermediate level, which I hope we all will make it to that particular level. So I just have a short visualization that I want to take you through that will just give you a snippet of what I would like to share with you very quickly. Let me just project it in a minute. Yeah, there it is. I believe you can start to see. There is what I would like to just briefly talk about. So basically, you realize that, let me just have a new share, just a minute. Let me just have a new share so that you can be able to be with myself. Okay, yeah, that's it. So basically, I would say there are three facets when it comes to data science. One is what we call machine learning, and then we have deep learning, and then we have artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the major one, and then of course is the umbrella to deep learning, and deep learning is the umbrella to machine learning, or rather the subset of artificial intelligence, and machine learning being the subset of deep learning. So majorly in the introductory course that Alice has introduced you to, you will be covering machine learning. And after we've done machine learning exhaustively, we'll now introduce you to deep neural networks, which now we speak to deep learning. And these will now inform you how to perform things like computer vision, natural language processing, and generative models. At this point now, you'll be getting better over time, and you'll have a wider scope in terms of application of data science. You'll not just be narrowing down to machine learning. So you realize that artificial intelligence is quite a buzzword today as we speak, and it isn't a buzzword to us at Predictive, because we are going to help you perform some of the functions that AI does, including some of the subsets like robotic process automation, the Internet of Things, and so on and so forth. I may not cover all that today. But now, what is data science? So data science is that facet or that science that statistics and use statistics to make sense of raw data. And by making sense of raw data, we shall use statistics, we shall use data visualizations, and we shall use business intelligence. So more critically, you realize that when you come to business intelligence is where now you need to know that Python can be used as a tool for business intelligence. Power BI can be used as a tool for business intelligence. Tableau can be used as a tool for business intelligence as well. But then our Predictive will narrow down just to a few, of course, now Python and Power BI. So that will give you an introductory first when it comes to Power BI, and of course, Python. That will be very important for data visualization. They have their own tool, very new for business intelligence. And now when it comes to analytics, which is quite relative to maybe like compare that crude oil to gas. So crude oil is data, and then the gas is the analytics. The analytics is the actionable intelligence, is the insights, or rather they are the insights that you're getting from your data. So you realize that you will be required in any organization to be working with or for to ensure that they are data driven. By data driven, it means that their data pipeline is up to standard. You realize that we want to mold you not just to become data scientists, but to become data leaders, data managers, so that when you are faced up with a problem that is a data engineering problem, you know how to come about the same. But majorly we shall be focusing on data science. So that is what we call analytics. Those are the four main facets when it comes to data science: analytics, business intelligence, statistics, and data visualization. On the other side, as you may realize here, that you need an inspiration for you to know what you're doing, for you to perform the analytics. And the inspiration, in better put words, is what we call the business problem. You need to start from the business problem. You need to have a very critical mind, a very retrogressive and prospective mind. You first think of the problem at hand, that's one. And then you think of what we call experimental design. What methods are you going to use to arrive at your solution? And then you start thinking like a doctor, diagnostic, prescriptively. You think of what are there that you can work with, what can you not work with, what is likely going to be the case, what's not the case. That's diagnostic, like a doctor model. Actually, it's called a doctor model. And then you think prescriptively. And through that, you'll be performing what we call data science. But you realize as you grow into this career, as you become a data scientist, you will not just be creating models day and night. You will be solving problems in your company. And not all of them will be demanding that you use Python per se. So we are molding you into a data manager so that you know that the problem solving skills, the critical thinking skills are even more important than any other thing. But you have to be a master. Of course, we don't want you to be a jack of all trades, but at least a master of something, so that you can be able to know that you're on the right track. So you realize that as you input the data, at the end of all this, be it deep learning, AI, or machine learning, it's the insight that matters. It's the insight that will drive the business strategy. It's the insight that will drive the business ideas. It's the insight that will drive every asset that you would wish to transform into more than what you already have in a company. So you realize that's what now we call the insight, or better known as the actionable intelligence. So onto that, now you cover what we call big data. Most of you must have heard of big data. When you talk about big data, you cannot fail to mention the three V's. One, we have velocity, the speed at which you receive your data. For example, Safaricom data, you get millions and billions of SMSs in a minute, in a second, and so on and so forth. And then we move to the volume. That's the capacity. Is it in petabytes? Is it in terabytes, megabytes, gigabytes, and so on and so forth. Sometimes it is even hard to quantify, but that's what we call big data. So you realize after you've finished the intermediary level, the introduction level, and you move to the intermediary level, we'll also introduce you to what we call big data engineering. We'll introduce you to the facets of big data engineering, which includes how you create the pipelines, how you use some extraction and transforming and loading tools like Airflow and so on and so forth, some of which we cannot start mentioning right now. That's now what we call big data: the velocity, the volume, the variety. The variety, it can be structured or unstructured. Unstructured data, in simple words, is that data that does not come in any relational form, okay? By relational, I mean it's not in any form of a table or a column. For example, we do have videos, YouTube, text, tweets, Facebook posts, and so on and so forth. Those are what we call unstructured data. And then structured data is now what comes in a relational form. like SQL, even MongoDB, it's still structured messages as much as it's not an SQL one, and so on and so forth. So that's what we call big data. So you realize that we will be able to work with you, or rather you will realize that we shall work with you right from the moment you will be winning through to the moment where you will be crawling, through the moment where you'll be walking, through the moment where you'll be using a walking stick, up to the moment whereby, of course, we don't expect you to go to the grave. At Predictive, we will take you through resurrection through this process. By that I mean that we shall work with you through machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. I really do hope that this journey is going to be worthwhile for yourselves. And I think one thing most people love about Predictive is because we are very flexible. We can be able to step in for you any moment and help you where you feel you are not able, where you did not understand, and so on and so forth. And of course, that is followed with a number of tests, projects, and then we also have what we call the mock interview sessions, and so on and so forth. So I've tried to look at it exhaustively from the start to the end. I didn't particularly touch on what exactly you'll cover in intermediary level, but I hope that all of you will cross the bridge because it's very interesting. It's more interesting even than the introductory level. So once you cross that level, because it's very fundamental, you'll now come to the intermediary level, and I hope we are going to have a very, very fruitful time. Perhaps if there are any questions or any comments, then I would invite at this particular moment. Don't be burdened by any words that you do not understand. Do not. You will. Also, when I was getting started in this career, I didn't start just as an expert. I was still a novice until where I am as we speak. So I do invite any questions or any comments.
All right, Dennis, I think what I've learned is it's something seamless. We can learn from wherever we are to where we expect to be.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you.
That kind of mindset is very, how can I say, is very relevant, and it's very important for you. That kind of mindset that you can already see this is possible. Yeah. That's it. Actually, it's the passion that will drive you. I've seen people transitioning from other industries, from other, we normally call them verticals, right into data science, because every industry does have what we call data, and it's important you get actionable intelligence from this kind of data. Thank you so much for the same. I don't want to call you Esther and Naomi, but thank you so much for the same.
My name is Alicia, Dennis, come on.
Pleasure. I think I wasn't there at the start, but pleasure.
All right, good.
Okay, you'd appreciate a similar touch on level 3. Yeah, we'll be there for you, Dixon. Don't worry. Any other concern? I think that's much from myself, and we're here for you. I see Timothy is ready. You're welcome, sir.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Dennis. And as Dennis has assured you, it's not something that you are going to stop learning. It's a continuous learning curve. At some juncture, we'll even recommend an open up for you other courses that you will do outside of what we offer. So depending on where your strength is and what challenges you're trying to solve the business, we will be able to give you the right direction. So I just wanted to share just about 10 to 15 minutes that I've come across. Middle of the meeting. So I believe because this is the time that I'll work just to give you an overview of what the organization is about so that you see how else you can benefit. When we started this, 4 years ago, we had many things in mind, and it seemed that one issue, I think one agenda or one pillar relates to the other. So predictive analytics has got 4 pillars. We have a technical pillar, which is development of softwares. We have knowledge sharing. So the asset that the access that we're engaging in is on the knowledge sharing pillar. Under it, you've been taken through the different programs that we offer. So I'll not repeat that. We also develop strategies for companies, data science. Yeah, so we've to develop, been able to do, so with some of you here, strategic work that we've done in development of this. The reason I'm sharing with you this is because we are developing a community where we are generating demand and also supply. We are training you on these skills, knowing very well that we have a market out there that's very ready to consume the skills that we are generating through this program. So through that, we will be able to provide any of you who have developed particular interests with an opportunity to actually monetize that skill that you've gained. So very immediately, if you feel you've got a special skill in the area of analytics that you will wish to talk to us on the side so that we can help you find a consulting gig, please just free. It's one of the ways we encourage in develop. You speak about think.
Hey, Tim, you're breaking.
Maybe I've taken you through the two, so you've seen training, real like this for my community, for example, accountants, or can I have this for my community, like nurses or doctors, because this is all about fourth industrial revolution and knowledge sharing. So that's what it is in a nutshell. So this is just who we are, because I know we are meeting virtually. It's also important that we also understand that we have a face and also have people organization. So we are still growing. As I said, we are only 4 years old. Our presence is in 3 countries. So we are fully registered in 3 countries. That's in Kenya, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. So we have a physical presence there. We have offices and also we have staff. We also work with partners and consultants across different projects. In terms of training, we've trained over 5,000 and the number still grows. We train in different ways. We train through partnerships. We train through these open programs where you come. We provide our content to universities to train their students using our content. And also we train on contract. So we've got universities and training institutions from as far as the US, the UK, Australia, South Africa, and other countries who come to us for us to train for them, on their behalf. So it shows you that this is something that we've been able to specialize in, and other people are coming over to look so they can benefit from this. So this one, you already know what it is. So, but just to mention, what we are doing now it's on the technical pillar. So we are teaching you about Python, and I'll show you the reasons why we are teaching you about Python. But we also have professional pillars. So the professional pillar, you'll find those in this introduction. You find some of you are coming from finance background, marketing background, supply chain background. I don't know if there's one in media yet, but there's health, then there's retail, and there's IT. So we cater for all those verticals, and I'll be showing you why we are teaching you on Python and why that should be something that you'll appreciate in future. So our training programs take this model. This presentation, I'll be able to put it on the 4IR, so you download it from there. So there's what we call awareness, just creating awareness. There's developing the desire. So for you to come to this program, you were made aware by something. So I can give you a hypothetical example. Maybe you went to attend a conference somewhere, you had people talking about data. Maybe there's a consultant who came and did a review at your workplace and said you need to hire data scientists. So the sources of awareness are many, but this is the pre-contemplation stage. We are beyond.
Then you beam.
Sorry, a break. Am I back? Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back, Tim.
First, that is just the
yeah. So there's this stage where it's where they lost you. Where did I lose that pre-contemplation?
You okay?
You're good now. You're good now, Tim.
Okay. So you become aware about this, that you need a skill. Yeah. And then the contemplation stage is when you develop a desire. So you sacrifice the time, the resources, and you start preparing yourself, which is the knowledge. Yeah. So in this knowledge, it's our role to provide you with the knowledge. So the content that we've prepared and put it in the modules, the way we've put in the 12 weeks, yeah, is to enable that knowledge to be absorbed by you without straining. Okay, so we are working with the understanding that we have busy backgrounds. So we would like to have this skill absorbed sort of in a more granular way than just immersing yourself into a sea of confusion. So that's why we've planned it that way. But then there is going to be what we call the ability. So demonstration of the skills. And this comes in two ways. So one, you're either going to sit for an exam that's going to satisfy you that you are proficient in this area of study. Yeah. So we critically established the office in the UK specifically to work on the certification. Because here in Kenya, we still don't have a certifying body. In Africa, we don't have a certifying body in the area of data science. So we're working closely with the authorities there. So by the close of this year, we'll have a running certification that will be able to provide you with a fully certified professional certification. So I'm talking like, for example, accountants have got ACCA. We've got other ones. In the area of data science, we have others, but they're quite expensive, to be honest. So we're trying to work on something that's quite well attuned to our environment. The second way that you demonstrate your ability will be through job immersions. So when you go somewhere and you say that you're in predictive analytics and they challenge you with an analytic task, well, how are we going to go about that task? So that's what has been our strength, because we equip our students with the requisite skills that enable them to demonstrate that they went through a training that's legit and that's relevant to help them demonstrate a skill. So there's the knowledge and the skill. Now, this skill will be something that you'll walk away with. If you want to go into consulting, you'll open a small kiosk somewhere, put your name, and say you provide analytic services. People will come knocking, knowing analytic services are a skill that they're buying into. So we'll give you that confidence that, yes, you'll not need to worry about any challenge you face in terms of solving analytic solutions. There is what now we call maintenance, which is reinforcement. Yeah, what we've done with this is we've done many things. For example, we have webinars. We have opportunities for you to come and mentor others. We have those master classes, the 2-day ones. And lately, we've managed to partner with the university in Belgium. So we're just rolling out the first cohort of a scholarship that was given to previous cohorts from cohort 1 to 19, I believe, or 20. There's somewhere in 20 we've taken up here. But this is going to be recurring half yearly. Yeah, so if you finish a course and then you want to get, first of all, the certification, they'll give you the certification, but then also reinforce your skill. And then also you can benchmark yourself with other peers in other territories to see how well grounded you are in this area. Yeah, so this is the type of learning. So you may wonder why are we teaching the way we do. So we do self-study learning. That's why we have the 4IR. We expect you to do the exam and the assignments so that at least you're able to bring yourself to speed with what has been taught in the week. So that's what we call training on demand. So you'll find the materials there. You to go there and There's also classroom training, which is instructor-led. So we are delivering this virtually now. Yeah. So because of the COVID restrictions, but ideally when everything eases and we are fully fledged to go, yeah, we'll reopen our labs. So our labs were initially located in Westlands, where we are doing co-working spaces in mind about this. Just doing it in Nairobi only, we'll also be doing it in other regions, yeah, out of Nairobi, yeah, and then also in other countries as well. So that's going to be the format that we'll be using to deliver. So we do blended learning, instructor-led, and self-study learning. Yeah, so there's a lot of demand for data scientists, but what's going to determine how far you go is the motivation that you have. Yeah, so the best data scientists have actually developed their own curriculum. So we'll show you how to develop a curriculum, blending different areas. It's really a combination of many things, but your curiosity will actually determine how far you go. Now, just to define some sort of definitions and what skills you need, this table was developed by O'Reilly, who's an author in the area of in the scientific world. But you sort to find out, I mean, if I call myself a data scientist, there are different definitions of data scientists. So you'll find that data scientists have got different brands, yeah? So you find a data scientist who's strong in business. And this is the question that Anthony was asking. Yeah, so I'm not strong in programming, but I want to solve data business problems. Yeah, so you'll find that you will need to, in as much as you're strong in business, there's some things which are mandatory. So you need to have some bit of programming. You get, so our level 1 programming, things that Dennis was talking about, but engineering, yeah, computer vision, those really will fall under these other pillars. Yeah. So I've worked with Colin before on a project. So Colin is an augmented reality developer. So he's a developer already, knows how to develop, but now he'll fall in this data creative pillar. So he'll need to learn a bit of statistics, yeah, because already proficient in programming, but also learn some bit of what you call math and operation research. So this was our guide when we were developing the curriculum. Yeah, so we standardized it so that anyone can fit in it. But as you progress high up, you move to a pillar that's more relevant to where you are. So we have, for example, data researchers. So in this one, you'll have a heavy skew towards professionals who are statisticians and actuaries. Yeah, so they have very big knowledge in the statistical discipline, but they'll need now some bit of topping up in the programming, machine learning, big data, and business. But essentially where most of our participants come from is the data business person. So either you're coming from a finance background, HR background, supply chain background, you have a very strong knowledge in business, the operations you do, and what it takes for you to take your connection to the next level. So we come and teach you how to solve those business problems using that programming language. Yeah. And I'll show you why we use that programming language. So these are the kind of roles in business. You'll find someone in product development, ML, yeah, which is machine learning, stock big data. You'll be dealing with unstructured data and structured data. Yeah. The math and operation is about optimization, choices, algorithms. It's about making choices. Yeah. If this happens, then what next? So if you're a marketer, you do what we call A/B testing. Yeah. If you're in finance, you do what we call the credit scoring using linear regression. Yeah, and then programming, and then statistics, and so on and so forth. So in the area of data science, because this program is called data science, at some point you'll be called a data scientist. And this is what it looks like. So first, I want us to forget about the age, because our context is very different here in Africa. I also want us to forget about the salary. Yes, I know you're looking at the salary right now. Yeah, so we still are not there yet. We're not paying that much for data scientists, but this is coming. Already we have all the big telcos and the big financial institutions already have hired data scientists who are already earning those figures as we speak, and more new roles are being created. You've read about what Safaricom is doing to their restructuring. So anyone with a data science certification there is going to be guaranteed at least some time with the organization. So this is not something that is just evangelical. It's something that's real, and it's actually taking taking shape. So I'll focus more on this coding languages used. So you'll see data scientists use 76%, they use Python, 59% they use R, and 54% is SQL. So you'll be part of the majority. So when you're going somewhere, you're not being interviewed on SQL, you'll be interviewed on Python. Yeah. Python also has got the ability to blend with many other applications. There's Python for finance, there's Python for statistics, there is Python for HR, there's Python for supply chain. Every field has got its own variation in terms of Python, but the base is the same. So basically what you're teaching me is a tool that can be malleable. It's not a waste of your time to sit in this class because it's programming. No, it's because it's Python. So Python is going to be where we were 15 years, 20 years ago when people are rushing to school to be trained on programming, on Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And for those of you who are Kenyans, you remember colleges such as ZTech. ZTech was a backroom office on River Road teaching guys just 4 things: programming, Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And I can bet some of you even were putting that you're proficient in those skills on your CV. Yeah, and I can see even some of you might still have them in your CV. But nowadays, who writes that I'm proficient in Word, Excel, or PowerPoint? Because if you find such a CV, it means someone has not evolved with the times. So you're going to be among the first people who are going to have proficiency in Python, and these are the people who will be sought after 5 years from now. So already that's happening in other markets. Every person who is skilled, one of the skills that's going to be required is analytical skills. And as analytical skill, you need a tool to analyze. You can use Excel to analyze, but Excel has got its limitations. It's not compatible with certain frameworks of data. For example, it cannot analyze voice, it cannot analyze images, it cannot analyze video. We teach you in Python because it's robust. Yeah, it can harness humongous amounts of data in a very fast speed. And also it's compatible with many frameworks and other ERPs. Yeah, so if you're using Amazon ERP or you're using Microsoft, all of them are compatible with Python and it's free. So if you're working for an organization and someone has given you a quote that they want to sell you Python, now this is a starting point for you to go and to withdraw that from the procurement office saying, now this tool is supposed to be free. We've found those instances in clients that we worked that someone was selling them Python. And there's a company actually, I won't mention, but in Tanzania, that bought a Python free for converted came to about 7 million Kenya shillings. Yeah. So just starting with this sort of awareness, it helps you already sort out a lot of problems in future. So as I finish, this is how it looks like. These are the skills. Yeah. So we will not dwell on data scientists need these skills: domain and communication and visualization. These ones will be very light on. So visualization will teach you how to visualize. Domain, it's you coming with your business background. So we are doing in the master classes. We are not doing in the technical pillar. Statistics will be on month 3. Yeah, when teaching the machine learning models. But we'll focus more on the programming, the month 1 and 2. Data cleaning, then month 2 visualization, then month statistics on the other 3rd month. But as you move on and progress further, you'll see things like MapReduce, Hive, Hadoop. Yeah, those are the frameworks that define data engineering. The use cases are fewer now, unless you're in the telco space or banking, but with time, those skills will be required. Yeah, so Dennis tried to paint this picture of data scientists crawling. Yeah, so I'm sure we are all desiring to be a data scientist working in a briefcase. So it's that journey that you will start. Yeah, it's gonna look messy at first, but trust me, by the time you'll be hitting around week 7, yeah, we will be quite respectable in the spheres of influence that you'll be sitting in, be it in meetings, groups, or even any scholarly discussions you'll be having with your friends. You'll be appearing like this guy in the briefcase. Yeah, so just to show you what the difference will be, because some people at work may attempt to transfer you to another department. So they might try to say, can you be a data architect? Can you be a data analyst? But I want you to stick to what you really are. So the data scientist does these 4 things: reporting and summarization, interpretation of those reports, extrapolation of those reports to do prediction, and then prescription, such as Dennis was explaining. The difference with that is a data architect will only do two things, representation and movement. So this is a guy who's strong in engineering and databases, whereas a data analyst will be on the front, the consumer facing side, creating reports and interpreting those reports for use by the business. Yeah, so this is what it will look like. Yeah, I want you to now stick to those skills that we're giving you will help you do reporting and summarization, interpretation, extrapolation, which is predictions, and then prescription, which is recommendations. Yeah, the way Dennis put it. Yeah, and then these things will come in a hierarchy. So don't run to start doing AI, deep learning. You start from down here. So instrumentation, logging, collecting that data, cleaning it, moving and storing, yeah, infrastructure, pipelines, ETLs, going to anomaly detection using dashboards for visualization, then moving to analytics, KPIs, metrics, training data, which is now machine learning, then moving to more deep recommendation stuff, such as A/B testing. And then that's where now you can start doing the AI and deep learning. But there's a lot of hype. That's why you can see this market. There's a lot of people who mislead. So they'll talk about I'm an AI engineer, I'm a deep learning stuff. So a lot of concentration on the peak because of the fanciness of those names, but little application in real business. So what we always try to make you do is deal with the stuff at the base, which is where the rubber meets the road. You're able to extract and pull data from your database or ERPs and use the skills that we're teaching you to analyze. Yeah, otherwise you'll be promising people something that is not really achievable. Yeah, so these are some of the skills that you will look. So I don't want you just to focus on the word data scientists. So there are other skills out there that are considered to be data science oriented. It looks strange that anthropology is one of it, but yes, it's really picked a lot of job opportunities coming up on this anthropology list. The thing is, data scientists work in a team. Yeah, so these are the skills which go alongside the data science skill. In advertising, there's what's called data-driven advertising. So you probably end up in an advertising agency. Yeah, we have partnered with an advertising agency to develop a solution, yeah, that you will come across in the near future. Customer ethnography is interpretation of customer behavior. So how are you meeting the data and how is that data speaking back to you? Yeah, one of these is a supermarket. A supermarket in the US, which created a model that was predicting pregnancy in women. So we'll share with you that case study and you'll be able to see how that happens. Another one is the Kakamega twins, a perfect example of how Facebook uses the facial recognition algorithm to match people. Yeah, so that's what we call computer vision, and something that you learn in the intermediate class if you pursue it further. People, data scientists, these are guys who predict who else is about to leave the organization. Someone is about to quit. How do you predict someone is about to quit? So there's a model. We have that model and something that will also be taught. There's one person who introduced himself as a behavioral economist. Yeah, yes, that's actually a very right place you are in because that's indeed recognized as one of the areas of data science. Social physicist, yeah, it looks a very tough name, but something that's with us. People interpret behaviors in movements of people, yeah, like particles, especially used in what we call graph network analysis. A lot of these modelers were put to test during the times of COVID, testing the movements of people and predicting when the next wave will be. That's what we call social physics, and you can see its application. Then the decision-making psychologist, yeah, so especially using in advertising, and what we call nudge, yeah, trying to see what, if you encounter this kind of situation, what will you do next? And then data journalism, again, very fantastic work being done by media houses in this space. Yeah, we have a lot of case studies that will give you, including automation of reports. Yeah, so the platforms such as Quill that now are decimating newsrooms. Yeah, go to the leading newsrooms in the world like Wall Street Journal, New York Times. They've decimated their newsroom because now they're using robots to write stories. Those robots are programmed using Python, the same language that we're teaching you now. Yeah, so another tip I wanted to share with you is how organizations getting data scientists. So you can see number one is through competitive hiring. So this means you prepare yourself, get a CV, put it in your CV, which is a process that we also take you through our mock interviews that Dennis mentioned. We have a jobs platform. I don't know, Mary, what time you'll share that jobs platform, but you need to upload your profile there so that we have partnered with a jobs recruiting agency. Yeah, that places data scientists in various organizations. Yeah, and we have placed a couple. We have testimonials every week. There's someone who gets a job somewhere because of the work that we've done with them in the career placement. One other way is internal training. How is this an opportunity for you? So either you can ask to be reimbursed the money that you're already spending now on your training. Yeah, so Alice does a lot of that, can help you with the documentation. Yeah, or you can request for an additional training now because you've funded yourself for level 1. Now can the organization sponsor for you level 2? Yeah, because that's how capacity is being built. Also scaling of technical staff. Yeah, so you can transfer from one department to the other. Outsourcing, we've also benefited from this. We give our data science talent to work in companies. So you're going to be in our pool of consultants. So if you choose to consult with us, we'll put you in our pool. Yeah, so whenever you get a job, we share your profile with the company and say, fine, we want to work with this consultant on consulting basis. So you tell us you can give us 10 hours per week. We quantify that in terms of the compensation, and then we agree that, yeah, this is no conflict with another engagement that you have. Then now we give your services to the client. Then we have strategic sponsorships, which are hackathons and partnership with academia. Yeah, we have a program that we run in universities. So we've established what you call labs in various universities, yeah, campus labs. About 11, before COVID there were 11, so we're just trying to strategies around reopening them. But what we used to do is, for example, StanChat had a hackathon, then they told us, can you arrange to bring students to come and participate in this hackathon? There's a platform called Kaggle. We are the official Kaggle partners in the region. We before COVID, we participated in a competition in Dubai, where they partner with the government of Dubai to give a top prize, which is about 5 million for a data scientist who's able to develop a solution that addresses a problem that affects the security situation in their particular territory. So that time, I remember it was someone to design an algorithm that will detect a bag that has been left at the metro station unattended for just 30 seconds. Yeah, so this kind of hackathons actually help, to crowdsource for ideas. And it's one way that organizations are using to get data scientists. So these avenues are going to be open for you. You will be shown how to put your projects on Kaggle. That's where most employers are going to look for talent. And also that's how you can also learn from other data scientists. So those resources you've been given will be given for a reason. Please make sure that you set up those, because you're going to be in this for a much, much long time. Then organic growth, this head in the sand. If you work for an organization that says, we don't care about AI, machine learning, let's wait and see what will happen. That's really not a good place to be. Yeah, so yeah, this shows you where data scientists work. Yeah, IT is leading 26%. So if you're in IT, you have no excuse to learn about data science. The other is there's what you call career decay. So you'll be sitting in a very shaky base. If people have moved to data science and you're still not understanding what data science is, then your shelf life is quite short. Education and science. Yeah, so this essentially means you'll be in academia, a professor. And it's not by coincidence that initially when Facebook, Amazon, Google, Netflix started recruiting, the first place they went to recruit was from academia. So all the directors and heads of department in those companies I've mentioned are ex-professors somewhere. So education is actually a breeding ground for data scientists. You will find yourself teaching more than you will imagine. It's not that we chose to teach ourselves at predictive analytics, but we are spending so much time in boardrooms demonstrating our solutions. Yeah, I've done a project with Colin, and he can tell you about some time when we were in the media about 6 years ago. We were spending so much time showing guys what augmented reality is. So we had the same experience with artificial intelligence, and we decided let's set up some training programs. So if someone wants to hear from us, we're not going to them in the boardroom, but they come and learn. So when they learn, then they can better understand what this is. So that's how this grew. That's why teaching, because many people still don't know what it is. So universities, for example, Strathmore just launched it this year, the master's program. I helped develop that program 4 years ago. It takes that long for the government to approve a data science program. Yeah, so we still have a huge gap here. So we also give an opportunity to practice how to teach. Yeah, so you'll be taught by students who've gone through our program. So first, just for quality assurance that we're going to teach you what is really the right thing. And then secondly, because also we believe in providing opportunities for our own. And then as you practice, you grow. And as you grow, you get opportunities out there so that you can be able to become better. So don't really neglect this education bit. It's very, very, it's a key honor for the data scientists. So try to find space where you teach. You start by giving talks, giving free, like in your workplaces, you can organize talks and talk to people about it just to practice. And then consulting. So in consulting is, most of you will end up being consultants for the simple reason data scientist work is about automation. So you'll be working in an organization, but you can't work there like for 2 years, 3 years as traditional roles. Yeah, because one of the KPIs will be to automate your own role. Yeah, so that makes it easier for you to start juggling between different things. So also we are very inquisitive. So you get bored working in one organization. So you'll be seeing yourself jumping from here to here, but before you realize, you decide, let me just be a consultant because this is not, you're not getting that challenge that you want to get when you're in full employment. But financial services is there. A lot of more professionals working there. The banking sector, developing models for prediction. Yeah, there's what you call derivative markets in the stock exchange, financial derivatives, and so on. Very many. But if you look this side, you'll see natural resources, legal, lawyers, a little more, less than, but it's still, as I said, we're still in developing countries. So this might be a slightly different for us here. The demand is so high for us. You don't even need to worry about these percentages. It's almost like 120, 130% for all these sectors. Yeah, so this, okay, let me not explain this because just another way of doing the other chart. Yeah, between the different guys. Business developer, creative researcher. Why? What are the roles in the different industries? Yeah. So I think I'll stop there. Thank you for giving me your time. I've taken so much time for this because I wanted you to be confident that you're in the right space so that you can give it your best shot. The team is there to support you, whether from administrative operations or from the academic side, and also from the consulting side and coaching. You can always speak to me at any time. We can always give you more direction. And please, if you find that you have a skill that you need to utilize beyond what you're doing now, feel free to engage. So that's all from me. Back to you, Alice, Mary.
Okay, thank you, Timothy, for that. I believe you'll share that so that I can upload in for IR.
Yeah.
So that the participants can be able to just go through once more. I know our time is far gone. I scheduled the meeting for 1.5 hours and they're almost getting to 9. And we'll be having several trainers take us through the course. And I've seen one of them, Ernest, has just joined. They were not able to join early enough because they were having sessions this evening with their different cohorts that they're handling. So maybe, unless someone has a question, maybe Ernest can just give us the final words.
Hello.
Yes.
So basically, I was interested in getting to know what exactly does the level 3 entail as far as the certification is involved. Is it sort of a professional certification from the institution, diploma, or what sort of certification does it involve?
So Dixon, we will share with you that information. Yeah, we'll just forward you the curriculum as it is.
Okay.
Yeah. But it entails, I think, like computer vision, deep learning, like very technical parts that are, are done in a different setting than we are doing now. So it will involve doing a lot more projects and in partnership with institutions such as Uber, Google, Facebook. Yeah. So at that point, it's about real engineering work.
Okay, noted.
Yes, so Dixon, as Tim says, that's now our advanced level. Both introductory and intermediary will have given you a very critical foundation for you to advance to move to the advanced level. And I think that's more of a calling for you to move to that level. Very, 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 very how can I say it? Very transformative. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mary, before you
Hi,
take
Heather,
it on.
you have something to say?
Okay.
Yes, I have a question for the team. Assuming somebody does up to level 3, would that be comparative to maybe doing a degree in data science? Or would if somebody really wanted to pursue this career, would they still need to do a degree or a master's in it, like the one Strathmore is offering? And also, if say you do up to level 3 and you keep practicing in this field or doing other courses that that are offered even by say Google, Coursera and such, or online on YouTube, is there a need to really proceed and do a master's in data science?
Yeah, and actually,
question.
Yeah. So thanks for that question. We actually have our tutors who will be tutoring at that level. They're PhDs in data science, and one of the things that we are working on is the formalization of the synchronicity in terms of accreditation. So, for example, I've helped the Strathmore curriculum. I've helped KCA University curriculum. We are working one on University of Nairobi. So already it borders a lot from what we are doing here. So what we're doing was a head start. Yeah, so we've gone ahead, started teaching guys in this field. What we see is where you're able to be given credits. Yeah, from some of those universities that send us their students from the US. These students are coming in, but they're master's level, PhD level. But instead of them being taught afresh in some units, they're being referred to come for this course of ours so that they can meet some accreditation processes. So in the month of July, we'll be visited by the registrar and the dean of the university that we've just signed the deal to partner in doing the scholarships, and they'll be looking through our program. Together we'll go to government and say, can we have this program accredited so that if you finish your program here, you can get some credits and go for your master's. Instead of taking 18 months for your master's, you take 1 year. Yeah. So there are a lot of things that are ongoing. You don't just wake up one day and put everything on the table, but it's a progression. And that's what we really focus more on. Continue knocking doors and co-creating things with different academic institutions. So what I can guarantee you for now, it's really picking up, and you're going to have a head start. Yeah. So the only thing that you shouldn't worry about is your investments going up in Kenya. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Just picking up maybe Timothy, from what you've said, you initially said that we can start, let's say, talks with interested people in the same field or other organizations interested in who want to tap into that industry. does it mean that we can have an affiliation or a direct contact with you when you say company X or this certain organization wants a talk in data science that we can give?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
we do, and we've actually created what we call a speakers bureau. So it's not just me, but we have a lot of more of us in the data science space that we've built that community. Yeah, so it's good that you mentioned that. So just come and tell me there's this date, so and so. Whoever is available, yeah, we'll be able to come and give that engagement.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mary,
yes.
Before maybe I take back to you, I just wanted to remind them one thing.
Okay.
I think it's more of a personal journey. That's one thing we cannot fail to mention to you. And your discipline and consistency will pay you more than anything. Don't expect so much. We will give you as much as we can. That's one, because we have the expertise and we have the relevant industry knowledge and the tools and the skills and everything that you would wish to have. But unless you're consistent and disciplined well enough, then the ROI is not going to be as promising as you might think. So I just want to remind you so much more critically on that issue. I see people joining, and then they attend the first weekend, and then the next weekend they are out, and then they don't follow up on the makeup classes midweek, and then they resurface after 3 weeks, and then once you develop that, then even in your career as data science beyond predictive, it's going to be a bit hard for you. And then lastly, we shall work with you. It's more of a lifetime engagement. We'll work with you through your journey, even in your career. I still have students who still consult me today that they're in their career. They say, I've used this tool. I don't think it's very practical. I've been told to this project. How do I go about it? I step in and then support them. And beyond that, I really wish all of you the very best. And I hope it's going to be a very fruitful journey. I also do wish you the very best, Jennifer. I've just identified one of you that I know quite well. I wish the very best to all of you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Dennis. I don't have to add anything to that. I think, Ernest, you can just give the closing remarks.
Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, so I think so much has been said. So now the challenge is upon us to decide on our next step. Yeah, so I think I don't have much to say. We're going to meet in the class which are going to come up. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now.
Thank you, Ernest. In case any other question comes up, kindly feel free to call any one of us, or you can share in the group and we'll be there to help you out.
Yeah, so maybe lastly, Mary. So I'm not sure whether I mentioned about the installation. So on the course handbook, just to be sure you are set, kindly go and do the download of the software, the Python software. It has all the steps there. So you can see from step 1 to the last step. So kindly be able to download that and then have that ready by Saturday. That will be very critical, and also on various other platforms. Thank you.
Okay, I think now we can break. We should have a restful night, and hoping to see all of you on Saturday. Thank you so much for making time for this session.
Yeah, have a nice one. You all.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Have a nice one, you all.
Have a good night.